I'm wear testing a new powder right now. And the way my phone can't even focus because I'm so smooth, it's giving promising. It's giving promising. It's only been an hour, but so far, what pours? What pours? True to myself, pressed powder from Rare Beauty is a new product that I have gotten my hands on. Here it is. I have 3 shades, PR package. So in this video, I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna see if it's worth our time and money. Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel, welcome back. Maryam here. You know the drill, you know what I'm doing in this video. I am interested in this because I'm an oily gal and I love pressed powder. I feel like pressed powder is one of those things that is really easy. It's a one and done. It can double as a powder foundation, or it could set your makeup. And this product actually promises to do all of those things. It is a talc-free product, so we'll see if it lives up to all the claims. Let's get right into this video. Remember to subscribe if you aren't already, notification bell, and let's get started. Rare Beauty pressed powder. Are we here for it or not? Let's find out. Alright, so let me give you some deets on this new product. I did just receive it in PR, and I don't know the date that it launches. They actually never included it in their pamphlet here, so I'm not really sure, but I saw it on Sephora already. It says that it's out of stock, which means that it's coming soon. Let's see, $30, 14 flexible shades, light buildable coverage, neutral finish, natural finish, not neutral, natural finish, supposed to blur, smooth, reduce shine, and set your makeup. It is a talc-free product. However, the main ingredient is a synthetic form of mica. Synthetic fluoroflogopite, whatever. It's a synthetic form of mica, like I said, difficult on the tongue, but supposed to be safe on the skin. So that's all I need to know. Upon looking online though, even at Sephora, I noticed that the shades immediately off the bat start kind of tan. They're like not really fair to deep. I would say they have a light medium, and then the rest of the shades are tan. That is something that I noticed, though I'm not sure if these will actually come off that way. I'm going to show you some close-ups of what they look like. I've got my hands on 3 shades here. Light beige, which is a light medium with neutral peach undertones. I also have buff, which is a light medium with a warm undertone. And last but not least, I have almond, which is a medium with a neutral olive undertone. And they also sent this super cute little pouch for the product and a puff. Apparently you can buy 2 of these puffs for $15, and the powder pouch is $12. This is really cute, like adorable actually. So this is light beige, and in my monitor it looks pretty yellow. Actually, I would say it's a neutral yellow, but this supposedly has neutral peach undertones. This is probably the shade that I'm going to use. But looking at it with the naked eye, it comes off very peach looking to me. So I'm just going to swatch it here as a very concentrated amount. I can't say this is like too far off from my skin tone. It is a little saturated, but obviously I picked up a saturated amount. All right, let me test out Buff. Buff is a light medium with a warm undertone. Okay, a lot more orangey, I would say. And then I don't have Sand. Sand is a medium with a neutral undertone, but I do have Almond, which is a medium with a neutral olive. This definitely for sure looks pretty tan. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for the lightest shade that I have here. I actually don't have a summer tan just yet. I only went to the beach once, and sadly I was only there for an hour wearing my SPF 100. So I'm gonna attempt to just match my neck, my face, or like find something in between. But these are the swatches. Clearly I'm gonna go for the lightest one. And also I'm gonna test it out in 2 different ways. I'm gonna apply it on my bare skin, which is one of the ways that you can apply it. Kind of like as a powder foundation or like a one and done product. Also, I'm gonna apply it over a skin tint. In this case, I have the L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I don't know why I grabbed this one. I do like this one. I'm not sure if this is my current shade, but this is what I'm working with. I like this product, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Thank you, Alani, for the gummies. I'm gonna apply my Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder, the universal shade that I use as a primer. I'm gonna use that all over the face, just to smooth my imperfection a little bit, and also to mattify my skin. If you're watching this video just for the review, and you're not familiar with me, I should let you know that I am an oily, acne-prone skin type, and I live in New York, so it's a humid climate, especially in the summer. I know it's not Florida heat, but it's up there, especially in the summer. It's definitely up there. Okay, so now that I'm mattified, now that the base is smoothed out, I am gonna apply this True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum on perhaps one side of the face. I guess let's do this one. Do I need to shake this? Yeah, I guess I'll also apply it to the forehead. I don't know why I just use a spatula. I saw another creator doing this in one of her videos, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna spatula my foundation on too. I'm gonna use this Haley's brush that I typically use for powder. You know what? I'm not gonna use this brush. No, 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 no. I'm gonna use the same brush and just smooth that on. Just kind of perfect my base a little bit. Man, that was actually a genius way to apply my skin tint. I use this brush to apply my DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Skin, Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. Then I applied my skin tint. Then I smoothed out my skin tint with the same brush that had a little bit of the Blurring Balm Powder on it. And it looks incredibly smooth. Oh my God. I might have discovered something for another video in this video. Man, that looks so natural and so good. All right, like I said, I'm gonna leave this side alone, but I am gonna use some concealer, also from DANESSA. This is the Yummy Skin. This is just a concealer that I've been liking lately. I'm also gonna apply some concealer on this side of the face because on this side of the face, I'm not gonna be using any skin tint, but I do wanna be a little bit more flawless. Oh, that is a lot of spots. Okay, luckily this concealer kind of becomes one with your skin. Blurs out super, super, super easily. Okay, gonna blend out the under eye, brighten it a bit. Ever since I started using my lash growth serum, the very, very expensive one that I will link below because everyone always asks, but be forewarned, it is pricey. And also, like most lash serums, it has caused my upper lid and my lower lid to darken a bit. It's definitely caused some hyperpigmentation that I do not love, but because I wear makeup on the regular, I really don't care. And this is something that goes away the moment I stop using it, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But anyway, now I need to brighten. I feel like this concealer wasn't exactly my shade. For spots, I can kind of see all the spots here, which is really annoying. That will actually give me a chance to see how pigmented this really is and how buildable it is. I'm gonna grab shade Light Beige. I've got the puff, but I'm gonna test this out in several different ways. So first, I wanna grab this very fluffy kind of brush. This is from Mario. It's the F2 brush. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this powder on a fluffy brush just to see how it applies with a fluffy brush. Honestly, at first impression, I'm not hating the color. It does come off a little bit peach, but it's kind of working out because my concealer was a little bit brighter. So it's giving it that little bit of color. I am noticing that it is buildable. So if you glide over the same spot twice, you will notice that the spot will become a little bit more concentrated. But overall, I will say the coverage is definitely light, but there is some pigmentation there. However, it's not really able to cover these two spots here. That you're better off doing with a concealer that actually matches your skin. I'm also kind of like monitoring my monitor, literally, because I'm trying to see how this appears to you, as opposed to me in my mirror. Sometimes things that look a certain way in the mirror, in these studio lights, they look a totally different way than the way that they actually look on the monitor. So now that I turn to this side, you can definitely see how much this powder has covered and how much it has evened out my complexion. Okay, I definitely appreciate the brush method of application. I think it's a little bit more intuitive for me, but you know what? I gotta try out the puff, at least on my forehead, even though I'm not really a puff girl, but the puff is here, so I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna dip my puff into the product. This is how much I'm able to pick up. Wow, you guys, I do not hate the puff application. I typically hate a puff powder application, but this, I will say, is very forgiving. Yes, it's picking up a tiny bit more product than the brush, but this powder is, I will say, it's a little bit different from other pressed powders in the sense that it really applies very, very smoothly. The only thing you have to be careful with is applying over and over to the same spot because this color is actually in fact very buildable. So you won't notice a buildup of texture necessarily, but you will definitely see a buildup of color. So if you keep on pressing over and over to the same spot, it will just look a little bit more like the undertone. So a little bit more peachy or a little bit more neutral olive, I guess, whatever shade it is that you're using. I wouldn't necessarily spot correct with this powder. It's not that kind of powder. But I definitely like what it's doing to my complexion. Again, hello, whoa. She is buildable. She is the definition of a buildable. Just kidding. I'm impressed. This is different. All right, so now for the other side of the face, I'm gonna take an even fluffier brush and a smaller one. So from the other side of the Mario F2 brush, I'm gonna dip in the same shade, Light Beige. Seems to be the one for me. I'm just gonna start gently building it up from the bottom of the jaw, kind of to the top. You can literally see how it's building up the color and the coverage. Yeah, this is not reminding me of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. That one is much more of a powder. This one, it almost applies like a cream, but in powder form. Very different, but I like it. Very forgiving on the pores here. I didn't apply any concealer to my pores, and I can see that it's kind of smoothing them down. This is impressive. So now I'm gonna take a much deeper shade, the deepest one that I have, which is shade Almond. I'm gonna see if I can add a little bit of bronzing, although this looks very, very yellow. I'm gonna see if maybe I can add just like some minimal bronzing with a very fluffy brush to the perimeter of my face. Ooh, I like that. I really like that. Also gonna add just a little bit on my lids for a little bit of a flush, a little bit of a color, a little bit of something. There we go. I think I like the way that looks. Oh, okay. Guys, I'm just a little bit beside myself. I feel like this product feels really unique and different. It is a powder, a pressed powder format, but it just feels like a powder I've never really felt before. This looks extremely smooth on my skin. My skin is definitely perfected, especially when it comes to texture. Not that I was really dealing with too many texture issues to begin with. My skin is currently on the good side, but nonetheless, I still have some acne scars and like a little bit of texture issues here with my pores and whatnot. And the fact that it's making everything look very uniform is really nice. I like the application with a brush. I like the application over a skin tint. I even like the puff application. Everything is extremely, extremely smooth and seamless. I have to show you a close-up because it wouldn't be a Maryam video without a close-up, right? We're not afraid of that 4K. Nope. Let's go. Okay, guys, the face. You can see my freckles. You can still see some acne scars. But look at that blur. Excuse me. Do you see that blur? Like, I'm actually able to appreciate my freckles for what they are and not confuse them with acne scars or pores. The smoothness right here is incredible. Here are those two spots that I was struggling to cover up. Forehead. Actually, the up close of the forehead looks just a little bit makeup-y for me. Like right here. Something's going on. But overall, this is really impressive and different. Like I said, the one thing you have to watch out for is applying the product to the same place over and over again. You will get a spot of saturation because it is in fact a really buildable product that I'm super intrigued by. Super intrigued by. The only thing that's left to do is the wear test. So I am gonna do a wear test in this video. Typically, I get very oily within an hour of wearing any sort of makeup, whether it's powder, foundation, skin tint, anything at all, really. So I'm gonna give it at least an hour, maybe more, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, let's plug in that good old wear test and let's see what happens. I'm excited. She's back in the room and I am up close and personal because this you need to see. It has been at least 2 hours, closer to 3 hours of wear. This is what the skin looks like. Honestly, there's very little oil seeping through on this part of the face, with the exception of the forehead. My forehead, for some reason, always gets very, very shiny, especially around the brow area and the center. But I can live with this. This is pretty good wear for someone who is very oily AF like me. So check this out. This side of the face still looks pretty darn smooth. I am just like beside myself. I'm shocked that I can appreciate my freckles and they're not blending in with my scars, with my pores, with my little bumps here and there. I appreciate this. Also, this side of the face, this is the side of the face where I only put on concealer. Look how decent it looks. And I am so close to the camera. I'm like inches away from the camera. I mean, this is crazy. This is unheard of. I mean, the forehead could use a bit of work, but you know what? Let's try to blot, because this is what we would do anyway. We would blot, right? Check this out. Honestly, not bad at all. The only thing that looks a little weird is my concealer right here. Outside of that, from far away, she is looking so snatched, so natural, so like really good at the end of the day. Right now, it is almost midnight. I am clearly tired. You could probably tell by the bags under my eyes and by the red little veins in my eyes. Honestly, this is very promising. This is very, very promising, Rare Beauty. I like this synthetic Fleur Glow whatever product instead of mica. This is great. My one criticism would be, I guess, the shade range. I'm not really sure what the lighter shades look like, but considering that this is my 4th lightest shade and looking at the models on the Sephora website, I'm not certain that there are enough fairer shades. So you guys let me know after you try this product. You let me know if I am the only one thinking this, judging just by the photos of the models or whatnot. But that is a little bit of a point of interest for me. Outside of that, this product is shockingly good at first impression. I am going to continue reaching for this. I'm going to continue wearing this over my skin tint or just on my bare face over concealer. I think this is really, really nice. Of course, I'll let you know in my faves x fails how this wore throughout the month, whether I was able to get good use out of it, and of course, whether it's broken me out or not. Hopefully not. I don't think it will, but of course, I'll keep you updated. So far, so good. I'm impressed. On that final note, I'm gonna try to scooch back a little bit. I'm gonna wish you guys a farewell. Thank you for watching this video in its entirety, as you should. I am going to zoom on out. Invite you to check out more of my videos over here. Peace out. I'm out. Deuces!